Good morning, students. Today I am Satnam Kaur. I am going to explain to the chapter number 21, solids of class 9th. See students, solids. In this chapter, many types of solids are there. But in this chapter, we have to deal with only cube and cuboid. Some triangles will be there in the next exercise. But now, in the first exercise, we will deal with the cube and cuboid. Now, what is the meaning of cube and cuboid? See, cuboid. Our rooms like that are cuboids. Many boxes that are like cuboids. Cuboid and cubes are 3D. 3D, what is the meaning of 3D? 3 dimension. That means there will be some length, breadth and height also will be present there. 3D, that means length, breadth and height will be present there. I will show you one cuboid. See it. Now, I have this cuboid. See it. Okay, now its length is there, then we can see breadth is there, then some height is there. Now we have to deal it with surface area, lateral surface area and volume. Now how we prepare the formulas? First I explain to prepare the formula. We are just not cramming the formulas. How the formulas will be prepared? See how many sides it have. If I count, this is the first side. Then there is the second side. Then next there will be the third side. Then next there is the fourth side. 4 are there. Then there is again, this is the fifth one and another side, that will be the sixth one. That means we learn from the lower classes there are 6 faces. That means these are the faces and I count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means 6 faces are there. Now how to prepare the formula? See, if I take, suppose I like this one, I take it. Okay, or you can take it like as it is. Now if this is the length, okay, then this become the height, length and height. But breadth is something there and that is this one. I take it like the breadth. Now what is this? This is the length. That means this is also the length. I take here length. Okay. This is I take as height. This is also now height. Now we take it as a breadth. That means this will also be the breadth. I take all the sides, length, breadth and height. Now how we prepare the formulas? There is one total surface area. Total surface, that means I have to take the area of the 6 faces. I take this first one. Okay, first. Now plane figures, we know that this is the length, this is the height and this area become length multiplied by height. Clear? See, this first part become length multiply height. This and back of it will be same. Here also there is length multiply height. That means 2 faces, I take the area as length multiply height. 2 faces, length multiply height. Length multiply height plus length multiply height. 2 faces I done. Then the next, I am going to this side. Now there is this side or this side, both are same. There is height and breadth. This and this side, it become height and breadth also 2 times. I am going to come to third side, this one. Now there is length multiply breadth. Same that side, length multiply breadth. But I want to find the total surface area. 2 times this, 2 times this, 2 times this. That means it become 2 LH, 2 times 2 HB, then 2 LB. 2 will be common. That means length multiply height, height multiply breadth and length multiply breadth. This becomes the total surface area formula. That means length multiply breadth, breadth multiply height, height multiply by length and outside there will be 2. It is the total surface area. But if there is a lateral surface area means we have to take like our room. 4 walls are there. I have to take only the area of 4 walls, not the upper roof or floor, both. I don't want to take. Like if it have not, any box have no lid and that base. 4 walls only there, that is called lateral surface area. In the lateral surface area, we will write it like this one. See, only 4 walls are there. That means L multiply H, L multiply H. 2 times L multiply H. Then here will be other side, H multiply B. That is also 2 times. If I take this H and 2 common, in the formula become 2HL plus P. I am writing in the capital words, that are in small words. Okay, just for understanding I am writing like this one. Now the formula of lateral surface area or 4 walls, that become 2HL plus B. Now the volume, that means how much we can fill in this box. That is the capacity of the box, like this one. This capacity, how much we can fill it if we want to make it solid, or we have to fill it. That is called the capacity or volume. And volume, for the volume we have to multiply 3D. That means length, breadth and height. In the formula of volume become length multiply breadth multiply height. Clear? And one formula is more there, that is the length of the diagonal. Now in this, if there is a 2D, that means like a square or rectangle, we draw it. But when there is a box, then cube or cuboid like this one, then we take this one, diagonal from one corner of the room to the other lower corner of the room. Clear? Then its formula, length of the diagonal is L square, length square, breadth square, height square with the square root sign. It is the diagonal, length of the diagonal, or we can say a maximum length of road that can be adjusted in a room or in a box. Okay? These are the formula related to cuboid. First formula, total surface area 2LB/BH/HL. Okay, then the lateral surface area, that means area of the 4 walls, 2HL plus B. Then the volume, L multiply B multiply H, and the last one is the length of the diagonal. But in case of cuboid, length, breadth, height are different. We take as it is. But in the case of cube, then length, breadth, height all are same. I take length as A, breadth as A, and height as A. Because in the case of cube, length, breadth, height, 3 things are same. That means length is also A, breadth A, and height A. Now come on our formula. Formula is same. No need to cram it. Understand it. If you understand, you are able to understand, that means you can prepare anywhere that formula. Now, I take the total surface area. Total surface area, I take it. According to the cuboid formula is 2LB/BH/HL. Okay. Now L is A, B is A. That means it become A square. It also become A square. It also become A square because all value belongs to A. Then A square plus A square plus A square become 3A square. It become 2 multiply 3A square. Formula become 6A square. This is the total surface area. Next formula, that is curved surface area, or you can say lateral surface area. That is, now formula is 2HL plus B. Now H is A, L is A, B is also A. Now A plus A become 2A. 2A multiply become 4A square. That means lateral surface area or area of the 4 walls of a cube, that become 4A square. Now we come on the next formula, that is volume. In volume, we have length multiply breadth multiply height. Now it become A multiply A multiply A. That means A cube. because A is 3 times, that means A cube will be there. Next formula, diagonal, length of the diagonal, that we have L square, B square, H square along with square root. Now it become A square, A square, A square, that means 3A square. Now this A have square, square will be cancelled with square root and A comes outside. The formula become A square root 3. These are the formula. Just drive these formulas. If you imagine, if you just, you can say, imagine all the things, length, breadth, height, you can see your room, then you can drive these formulas. These formulas are no need to cram, because when we cram, we just forget it. But when we understand, that means we will, lifetime, we will learn it. Clear? Then, formulas are clear. How to drive these formulas? Now next, we come on the exercise. In the first exercise, 21A, 269 page number, that in this exercise we will first sum the length, breadth and height are given in ratio. We know that when the ratio is given, we take some variable along with the given values. That means length is 5x, breadth is 4x and the height is given 2x. These are the given value, because in ratio I take any variable with it. Then he say that if the total surface, we have to understand total surface area is given, lateral surface area, apply that formula according to given value. Now the total surface area is given 12, 16. I will apply the formula 2 LB BH HL equals to 12, 16. Now LB 5x multiply 4x, it become 20x square. Remember it, when the variable multiply, it become the power. Then plus this B multiply H, 4x multiply 2x, 8x square. Then H multiply L, 2x multiply 5x, 10x square. This go to that side and divide it, it becomes 608. Now we have to add 28, 10, that means become 38. This 38 go to that side and divide with 608. And x become 4. The value of x is 4. That means length will be 5 multiply 4, breadth will be 4 multiply 4 and the height will be 2 multiplied by 4. In this way, we can, which value is given, we have to just apply that formula. According to that, what we need, we can find that value. In the next sum, sum number 3, the dimension of the cinema hall is 10 meter, 60 meter and 15 meter. How many person can sit in that hall? If each require 150 meter cube of air. Now listen, if we just assume meter person have to sit, then we assume that they will sit on the floor. They don't occupy the above value. But he said about the air, they need, and air, we know that in all our room that expanded, and they need air to breathe. According to air they can sit, not on the floor. They have to sit on the chairs according to the length of the or breadth of the floor. They have to sit according to, they want to air to breathe. That means if one person need 150 meter cube is given, that means meter cube, that is the volume. Okay, that means we have to apply the formula of volume. If centimeter square, meter square is given, that belongs to area. If cube, meter cube, centimeter cube, anything cube is given, cubic is given, that means that belongs to volume. Now in this third sum, we can see the dimension are given length 100, breadth 60. And the height is given 15 meter. 3D room is given. Then he say, one person, how many person can sit? First I find out how much air is present in that hall. That means I will find the volume. Volume of the hall, length multiply breadth multiply by height. 100 multiply 60 multiply by 15. It become 90. Okay, just I multiply. This is my volume. Or otherwise you can, if you don't want to do the calculation, just leave it. I know that this much air is present in that hall. Now, one person can take 150. I want to find the number of persons. Number of persons, that will be total air present divided with the person taking air. Now, if I divide it, now it becomes 600. That means in that hall, only 600 persons can be sit. In the next, now he see that 3 equal cubes are placed in a row. Now suppose this is my cube. Okay, length, breadth, height, all things are same. Now he see 3 cubes he have taken. First this one, then he taken the other one. If he join it, he join 3, I am joining 2. Now if I join it, now the shape is changed. First it was cube. All the sides are same, length, breadth, height. But if I join the other one, now the shape is changed. Now length is different, breadth, height is same, but length is different. If one quantity is different, then it shape the cuboid. That means formula will be changed. We will don't take the formula of cube because now it become the cuboid. Now see it. Now he say 3 cuboid. He joined the 3 one. This is the first one. Then he take the other one. Then again he take the third one. Now I know that it become a cuboid because length is changed. I already showed you one cube joined with the other, the length will change and it become a cuboid. That means if we 3 one, that also become the cuboid. Now we see that 3 cubes are placed and there are given edges are x. First have the side x. Then the second one have the side 8. Then the third one have the side 12. Now length, we know length is changed. Now the length become x plus 8 plus 12. That means 20 plus x. We can't join the variable with the number. Now it become our length. Breadth and height will be same because you know this is the breadth and this is our height. We taking this one. These both are same. But length is changed. This and this become same. That means two are same, length will change. And I will take breadth and height as same. Okay. Now we see that recast into a single cube of edges. Now melted form. Now listen students, when there is melted, that means we collect all the material from whole and prepare the other one. When there is a word melted, that means we will use the formula of volume. Because something is filled in it, I melt it and recast the other thing. The same material I am going to use the other for other thing. That means we will use the volume formula. Clear one? Now see, in this sum, he say that 3 cubes melted, then their edges are given and new cube is prepared. Now what we will do? First melt this one, second melt this one, third melt this one. Then the first volume, that become x cube, then the second volume, that become h cube, and the third volume become 12 cube. These 3 are melted. Then I have to add because I collect in the 1. Then it become x cube plus h cube plus 12 cube. Okay. Then new cube have the 12 side. That means its volume will be, sorry students, I take x, 8 and 10 is there, sorry, wait. there is 10, and the new one have the 12. Okay, now what to do? I want to this edge. That means I first cube these numbers and find the x cube. Then x cube become 12 cube minus 8 cube. Then 10 also go to that side, and I can solve by cubing it. Clear? Just think one melt word in the sum is there, not area, something in volume, word is not given, but we have to think if the melt word is there in the sum present, then we will take it as a volume. Then in the next sum number 8, the cost of preparing the 4 walls, that means total surface area not present. 4 walls means we have to only take the lateral surface, already explained you. Now you see that the cost of the room at 75 paise and total cost is given in rupees 240. Now this is given in passes and this is given in rupees. But we know that we have to make the same. Okay, there are paise and there are rupees. If I convert the paise in rupees, that become decimal. But it is easy to convert the rupees in passes. That means I will multiply 240 multiply. How many paise are in 1 rupee? That are 100. I will multiply it with 100. Now it become 24,000 paisas. Clear? First I make the same quantity here. Then we see that the height of the room is 5 meter. That room is height 5 meter is given. Then find the length and breadth we have to find. And he say that if they are in ratio, length and breadth again are given in ratio. That means we will multiply it with any variable. Length will be okay ji. Then this I solved. Now see students, he say that if I give you example, I want to buy 5 candies and 1 candy costs 2 rupees. How will be the total cost? That is 2 multiply 5. That means I have to give the 10 rupees, then I can bought 5 candies. But if the total cost is given 10 rupees and the one cost is 2 rupees, then how many candies? We have to divide. In the same way, total cost is given this one. And the one cost that is given 75. That means I will divide it along with it. That means 24,000 divided with 75. This become the volume. That area where we have to paint, because cost of paint is given. And we know that we have to paint the 4 walls. And area of 4 walls, that is 2HL plus B. And equals to, there is given 24,000 divided by 75. Now H is given, that is 5. That it become 2 multiply 5. L I take 5x, B I taken as 3x. It become 5x plus 3x. Now I want to find the value of x. It become 10, it become 8 because I have to add. When we add the variables, don't change the degree. When we multiply, then we have to increase the degree. It become 8x. 8x multiply 10 become 80x. Now this 80 go to that side and divide. Just solve the calculation. And x will come now 4. Now I want to find the length and breadth. Length ratio is given 5x. That means 5 multiply 4 become 20. Then breadth is 3x. 3 multiply 4 become 12. In this way, just to see which value is given. According to that, we have to apply the formula. Clear? Then now I am going to solve one sum that is external with internal. Now what is the meaning of external and internal? Now I am going to explain the next sum, sum number 11, external and internal dimensions. In this sum, see the statement first. The external dimension of the closed wooden box, external, outside. Then we see 27, 19 and 11. Length is given 27, breadth is given 19 and height is given 11. These are given with the centimeters. Okay ji. Then we see if the thickness of that box, that is 1.5. Now what is the meaning of thickness? There is a box, some board we have used, that is the thickness, that thickness of the board. If I show you the same box like this one, see here, see, if I start from this point to this point, these are called the external, but there is some thickness of this cardboard. That means internal will start from here to here. Some thickness is there, that is given 1.5. If I subtract this thickness from the external one, there will, what will be left? There will be internal. Clear? See again. If I start from here to this point, that becomes the external. If I take from this point to this, I leave this thickness, that becomes the internal. Clear students? That means if we subtract from external the thickness, it becomes internal. But if internal is given, then we have to add the thickness, then it becomes external, because external is more. Then he see that the box is 1.5 centimeter. Now we want to find the volume. Volume. Now see, if I want to fill it, I can't fill here in this cardboard, because this is occupy some space. I want to fill inside. That means I will use the only internal dimensions, internal length, internal breadth and internal height of it. Clear? Because this board have occupied space that near the external. But if I want to fill it, that means I want to find its volume. That means I will leave it. This thickness I have to leave. That's why if I want to find the volume, I have to leave from thickness from it. That how to leave? These are the external dimensions. Now internal dimensions become, now see. Again, if I take this from one side here, from one side here, 1.5 I will remove here and 1.5 I will remove here. That means total, this breadth, how much remove? 1.5 plus 1.5. I have to remove 3. Same way from the breadth also, from the height also. I have to don't remove 1.5. We have to remove double, because on the length, in the breadth, in the height, all side double cardboard is there. That means now the length become 27 minus 3. It become 24. It is the internal. Then breadth become 19 minus 3, 16. And height become 11 minus 3, that become, 8 centimeters. Okay, ji. Now I am trying to find the volume, and I know the formula of volume, that is length multiply breadth multiply height. 24 multiply 16 multiply 8. Simple. Just we have to subtract twice the thickness. Okay. Then we see the cost of box if the wood cost 1.20 per meter cube. Again see bache, this is the internal volume. If I find the external volume, that means including the wood. Now wood is present when the length is this, breadth is this and height is this. I find the external volume, that is 27 multiply 19 multiply 11. Now this is the volume with wood and this is the volume without wood. I want to find out with the wood, subtract without wood, empty part. What will remain? Only wood will be there. That means I will subtract the volume of wood, external volume minus internal volume. Once again, suppose I am taking this one. This is the thickness. This is also thickness. When I remove the thickness, internal part is only there. When I not remove that, then this part is also there. From this whole part, if I subtract this empty part, only this would remain. That means external minus internal. That become the volume of the wood, and I want to find the cost. This volume, external minus internal, multiply 1.20. That become the cost of the wood. Then in next, he see number of 4 cubes. Now if in that same box I want to put like these cubes, how many will be there? Now again, cardboard will not be included. That would not be included, because we have to occupy that empty place. Empty place, that means volume internal, and internal volume for this part, volume of cube. First I find how much space that cube will occupy. That become 4 cube. Okay, 64. I know one box occupy this much place. And how much place is there? That is internal volume. That means internal volume will be divided with 64. It becomes the number of the cubes of that we can place in that box. Clear? Then in these sums, you have to try to solve few sums. I am writing that numbers, so please try to do it. Sum number. Sum number 5, I am going to only few sums, not all sums. Then sum number 10, sum number 13, that belongs to external and internal, same concept is there. Then the last sum number 16, I am going to solve only 4 sums, you have to solve. So please try to do it, because when you solve it now, then you can understand the concept. We know, we learn, we listen and understand. But when we solve it, then we will solve some problems and we try to solve. That means we are able to do the whole exercise. So please, thank you.